Democrats received a gift last night, an upset victory for Doug Jones over Republican Roy Moore in Alabama's Senate special election. The race included heavy hitters like President Trump and included allegations of sexual misconduct against Moore, allegations he denied. Amy Yurkanin is an investigative reporter with the Birmingham News. We talked to you yesterday before the polls closed, and now here you are again. Tell us, Amy, the Democratic Party is now revived in Alabama, it would seem. What political implications does this have for the state?
Well, it's definitely a huge victory for the Democratic Party tonight, but I would caution against reading too much into this particular victory. It was against a candidate, Roy Moore, who was not the most well-liked candidate on the Republican side. So the Democrats obviously turned out the vote in a way that they haven't been able to in years. But against any other kind of Republican candidate, it could have had a very different outcome. So I think that
Go ahead.
The Democrats are energized, but we'll see whether that holds in the next election cycle.
Roy Moore will not concede yet. Alabama state law calls for a recount if the margin of victory is less than 1/2 of 1 percentage point. With all precincts reporting, Jones leads by 1.5 percentage points. That's 3 times what's required to trigger a recount. What are people in Alabama saying about this?
Well, it sounds like the Secretary of State has suggested that it's unlikely that there's going to be any kind of automatic recount. He's left the door open for a recount if the Moore campaign wants to pay for it, but they are not going to automatically do it because, as you said, it falls outside that 0.5% margin.
Roy Moore opposes abortion. And now that he has lost, what is the biggest concern for pro-lifers in Alabama?
Well, I spoke to one earlier today, and their biggest concern is that this narrows the margin in the Senate for justices who are appointed to the Supreme Court in case an opening comes up. That this could make it a little bit more difficult to have a justice appointed who might be, who might rule on abortion cases that come before the court. So that's their major concern right now is what's going to happen if a nomination comes up while Doug Jones is serving in the Senate.
Thank you so much for your report. Amy Yurkanin, investigative reporter at the Birmingham News.
Thank you, Lauren.